This channel is about mistakes that happen in business every single day. And today we're going to address AI, burnout, cyber, getting feedback, networking, and a couple other things that are on the script that I am forgetting, so I'm not reading it. Anyway, welcome to The Tarot Said So. This is a new series on our Simple Sense for Small Business channel. I'm Linda Ray. I have managed, what's the matter? Oh, what do you do? First jump cut.
What?
I'm just laughing at myself.
Outtakes.
Outtake. I am not savvy enough to do the reverse cards just yet, but we are going to power through this. I'm Linda Ray. I have managed and owned financial services businesses, and as I have retired into my older years, I should say wiser years, I decided beyond the strategy and the logic and the data, what if we focus a little bit more on insight and intuition versus the intellect, the overthinking of data and metrics and analytics. Trevor is filming me right now, and he has been super supportive in this new venture. But I want to just tell you this. This is starting for Glitches June 1st through June 7th. We're recording this on May 30th, which happens to be National Creativity Day. I figured what better day than to kick off a new series than right now. Now, just to give you a little bit of background, we call mistakes glitches here. We started this channel in 2021 after working with thousands of business owners during the pandemic that stemmed from our other channel that will pop up here or there or anywhere, and that's the EIDL Experts channel. And because of the mistakes that we saw business owners make on the DIY SBA program, FYI, we decided to launch this channel, not knowing where the program was going to end, when it was going to end, or how it was going to end, or what was going to happen to us and that channel. So we started this channel. And I also launched the Biz Glitch 366 project, 366 mistakes, a mistake of the day project. I thought what would be fun is to, with this new learning and my obsession with tarot card readings, that I would collaborate between the Glitch project and this new series, The Tarot Said So. So welcome. Glad you're here. Thank you for being here. If you know anything about tarot, I would love to hear from you in the comments. I am very new. It's only been a few months that I've been looking, reading, watching, and how this is all done. And I thought it would be fun to do this relating to business operations, business marketing. Marketing is my love language. So I think that's like all the housekeeping to tell you, other than this is just for entertainment purposes only. There is no science to this. This is just all by intuition and whatever you glean, whatever insights you glean from this based on these particular 7 business mistakes. I'm using the business class tarot deck. This is dedicated for business readings. And at the end, I will be pulling a success card from this Oracle type deck. There's 101 prompts for business owners. In this business class deck, if you know anything about tarot, the wands are product. The cups are cute little hearts for branding. The swords is data. And pentacles, which is health, money, wealth, material, that is money. Those will be the money cards. And then all the major arcana cards will be different. So that'll be fun to see how those pop. Let's see, what else have I forgotten? Again, if you value professional and personal growth, you're in the right place. Let's see, I think we're ready to get started with our first glitch, which is for June 1st. Glitch number 153. Is your local chamber of commerce a good source of new business? I chose this one because way back in 1999, when I returned home and to the family business, the first place I went for networking was our local chamber of commerce. And it was epically successful. I was even president at one point. And so we're going to take a look at Is your local chamber of commerce a good source for new business? Now, this is a yes or no question, but I've decided that for yes or no, I'm just going to split the deck, and if it's a yes or a no card or a maybe card, but then we're going to ask a different question that's a little bit more open-ended and a little bit more digging deeper into that motivation, that inspiration to get out of our comfort zone. So let's see what it says. Is your local chamber of commerce a good source of business? So the intern is the Fool in the major arcana. It is number 0, which is also the infinity number. It's the sign of beginnings and completions. So that is an absolute yes card. So let's just go with that. If you're not doing it, then why aren't you looking into what particular networking organizations, what groups might be beneficial for you to build your network and to make new connections? And yes, talking to strangers, that is one of the most difficult things to do in business for networking when you are trying to engage in a robust business development strategy. So let's take a look at the question being, how are you networking in your business? How are we networking in our business? What are we doing to build our business network? Let's take a look. We're going to do a 3-card spread. And that's going to be situation, action, and outcome. Okay, just keep it simple because we got 7 of these and I'm pretty new, so we're going to just kind of go with it. All right, so we have for the situation, the data manager, which is the Knight of Swords. So that's, first of all, a very good sign because knights are always striving for, moving toward, action-oriented. It is the doing of something that could fulfill the goal, leading to success. So for the action, we have the crisis management, which is the strength card in the major arcana, number 8. And with this deck, it's a shark, which I just think is so brilliant. So you have the strength. So you have the Knight of Swords, aka the data manager, who can do it. You can do it. You have the tools, you have the resources, you have the knowledge, and then you have the strength. So you can do this. You can get out of your comfort zone to go networking. So product 4 is here we are. This is where I sometimes forget. The 4 of Wands. This is the card of foundation and stability. It's also the card of celebration. You have a solid foundation, and in this case here, we have they're making a deal, and they have the products, and it's happening. In summary, in my opinion, that networking in your business, at the least that can be at least initiated, is where would I go? What groups are local to me? Is IRL networking viable for my business? Our business, that's all we did, Trevor and I, and now we're more remote and digital, so things can change. But in this case, if you're drawn to business development strategies, this is a way to go for either the local chamber or any local networking group. Maybe it's a women-only group. Maybe it's specific to your industry. So definitely worth checking out. I love that for us. Okay. The next glitch for June 2nd is glitch number 154. How do you manage burnout? Which happens to also be national, check it out, June 2nd, National Leave the Office Early Day. I love that. So we're going to look at how do you manage burnout? Since that's not a yes or no question, let's go right to the 3-card spread, situation, action, outcome. All right. How do you manage burnout? Oh, wow. Okay, so I shuffled and look, the Knight of Swords comes up. This is the data manager. comes up again. In the last reading, what I got was that it was action-oriented, moving forward, moving toward. But because we're talking about burnout here, this happens to also be the card of haste. So maybe you are moving too quickly. Maybe you are doing too much. You have too much on your plate. That's what this card is saying to me. And then we have the oh my God. No, this is crazy. I absolutely shuffled these cards, and this is the strength card again, crisis management again. If the third card is the same as last time, I'm gonna have to redo this. No, see, okay. So you're doing too much, but you have the strength. And data 3 is the 3 of swords. If you know about the 3 of swords in the traditional deck, it's a heart with 3 swords going through, puncturing the heart. It's a card of grief, and that is the outcome if we don't take care of figuring out how to prioritize what we're moving too fast in, and we have the strength to do it. Or if we don't, this shark is going to eat us alive. So you don't want that. So yeah, 3 of swords as the outcome when it comes to burnout. I mean, you don't need tarot to know that there really literally is science behind that. So that's very interesting. Okay, we're gonna definitely shuffle these cards again more stringently, just in case, as we go into glitch number 155 for June 3rd. All right. June 3rd, just a extra little shuffle here. All right, what security measures have you implemented for your data this year? So data happens to be a card with this deck, so that's super convenient. And in 2025, there seems to me, and I don't know if you've noticed this, but there seems to be a heightened sense of phishing, and I don't know if you're getting emails more so than ever before. It feels like that to me, and text messages. So what security measures have you implemented for your data this year or last year, or does it need to be just scrutinized a little bit more? Okay, so here we go, glitch number 155. So this is money 9, which is the 9 of Pentacles. So as a situation, you have a lot to lose here. There's a lot to protect because there's a lot to lose there. And then you have product 10. This is the 10 of Wands, which means it would be a burden if you didn't tend to this. The number 9 is fulfillment. Car is a fulfillment number, and number 10 is a completion number. It's the end of a cycle of some kind. And so wands are doing, it's the action of the thing. So what you're doing in your business matters, right? So that's why business operations gets, a bad rap. It's boring because it's the steady as she goes, right? And with so many products, you see how it's hard to manage all of that. That's what's in the picture here. There, he can't even see in front of him where he's going. And 1 has toppled, 2, 3 have toppled off. And so if you are not implementing protections, you have a lot to lose financially. And there is a great level of burden, overwhelm, and disorganization if this is not protected. And then finally for the action, brand 3. So brand 3 is the cups. This is the card of collaboration. How good are you at delegating? If you don't want to do it because that's not where your time is well spent, who has the skills? Who has the knowledge and expertise? Do you delegate to a team member? Do you outsource for something like that? This is a celebration card as well, because teamwork, and you're not doing it alone. So I love this reading for this particular glitch. And by the way, in the description, I'll have all the glitches and with timestamps so that you can see them. And let me know if one glitch kind of resonates more than the other for you. Okay, so that was glitch number 155 for June 3rd. Let's do a nice shuffle and make sure we don't have the same cards popping up, because that was weird. But you know, these glitches, some of them are in order. Some of them like connect with the previous or the next one, and some don't. Okay, so now glitch number 156 for June 4th. How much artificial intelligence, AI, do you utilize in your business? You know, first thing is AI is, especially in the year 2025, we're coming up on it being like you could be in the it's getting scarier camp or it's getting smarter camp. You could have a foot in both, I guess, right? Because if it goes unchecked, it could be scary. But if you don't utilize it, you could be missing opportunities. And so we're going to look at how much AI do you utilize in your business? You know, these questions are kind of set because I wrote all this like 3 years ago, and you can make it your own on how the particular subject of AI appeals to you, or where you might be missing out, or why you might be fearing out, right? So let's take a look at that. We're going to do the 3-card spread. All right, this is the situation card. Okay, brand 10. This is the 10 of Cups. This is one of the most successful, happy cards in the deck. There are a few that are really positive, and the 10 of Cups is one of them, and in this case, branding. And what that says to me as a situation is that things are going well, so why not try something now? Why not test out something new that could be even better? I mean, there's just such a ton of content and copy that goes into not only branding, but marketing your brand of your business. And AI can be used as an assistant. I do most of my writing, and then I'll utilize AI to polish it a little bit, to clean it up a little bit for grammar and punctuation. And also, am I missing anything in a point I'm trying to make or something that I'm outlining? And so this could lend very nicely. AI could lend nicely if you're using it responsibly, of course. Okay, so now we have a situation, action. Oh my gosh, brand VP. This is the King of Cups. This is the master of marketing and branding, that you can do this, and this is strong energy. You see this photo here that totally relaxed. The world is you know, all around you because of what you're creating. Between the 10 of Cups and the King of Cups trait of mastering, AI could absolutely assist. So what are we going to do with this AI for your business? Money Director. So this is the Queen of Pentacles. The queens are nurturing. They are empathetic. So what this tells me, you know, you have to get comfortable with it a little bit. And, you know, the first times are always the most challenging and cumbersome and tedious, because you're putting together a system for yourself, or you're trying to figure out how to approach it so it's not intimidating or overwhelming. So setting up that process of ideation, or how you're going to approach it, for what, for why, for when in your business, this could be opportunity for you financially. All right, now moving on to June 5th is glitch number 157. This is the 5th glitch. Have we done 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5. Yeah, okay, so this is number 5 for June 5th, glitch number 157. Do you actively seek feedback on your products or services? Now, I also have it marked here that June 5th is National Start Over Day. I felt like that was it coincided nicely, because without feedback, you're either instigating the status quo or you are being too complacent with your products and services, not knowing what isn't working, what's not favorable for clients, and also in your business, not just products and services, but also with employees or colleagues, associates, depending on how many people are in your business. If you have strategic alliances, are you getting feedback? So that's a yes or no question, but I think the real question is the eliciting of feedback, because again, the fear of the unknown is uncomfortable. The fear of negativity is terrifying. So we won't do it because we don't want to know. So let's take a look at the cards and see what they say about, do you actively seek feedback on your products or services? Well, first of all, let's just do the yes or no from the mid deck and see what it says. Do you do that? And that's the CEO, which is the Emperor. So that's a very positive card. That means if you're not doing it, why not? You got to ask yourself that. If you're doing it, because this says yes, how are you doing it? How consistently are you doing it? Why aren't you doing it? All right, so let's take a look at the reading of why aren't you asking for feedback? What is it about feedback that keeps us from knowing and asking and inquiring? All right. Let's see. All right, 3-card spread. Situation is why or how do we seek feedback? Situation. Oh no, these cards are upside down. All right, but you know what? Let's just go with in a reversed. This is experience reversed. I don't usually do reverse cards, but in the Major Arcana, experience, which is number 6, is the Lover's card. And experience is what gives us the ability to make money in our business. But if we fear what we're hearing from someone close to us, we may already know it, we may sense it, and we don't pursue it to really know, to then formulate, where do I go from here with that information if it's not a rosy picture, right? So the fear, let's just take a look in here what it says, because this little book has, it's a disappointment, a failure, a goal that exploits others, the burn. I don't know what that means, but the experience changed you for the worse. So I see that as, because it's reversed, that you fear knowing the feedback that could be negative, and your new understanding is the product of a costly failure or upends everything you counted on. You grow bitter or use others for your own advantage. So that all of those 3 different sentences, and that doesn't mean it all applies, but it does mean that you could be fearing how this impacts you. And by the way, I just want to point out at the bottom of the deck is the market, which is the World, and the World is the card of beginnings and endings and cycles. So knowing doesn't mean it's the ruination of all. It means you can move on and go on in a different direction, if that's what it means that you're hearing feedback about products, services, or a toxic employee or toxic customer that, you know, they just need to be heard all the time, but it's only complaining. Ugh. Okay, so here now, this is the action of learning, of hearing, of listening, of welcoming feedback, profit. This is the Sun card. The Sun card, even though I said the 10 of Cups, but the Sun card is also one of the top most positive happiness card in the deck, and this happens, they attributed this particular major arcana card for the Sun as profit. So what are you missing out on if you don't hear the feedback, if you don't learn about what you could be doing, what you could do better, because you are ignoring the feedback? You're ignoring it, don't want to hear it, what this could do. This is just, it would be a total disruption. You got to undo everything, but what it could lead to. And then here we go. Product 6 is the 6 of Wands. The 6 of Wands, you see how everybody's like celebrating. The 6 of Wands is the card of victory. You see all the trophies here. And yeah, this is victory. The 6 of Wands card is a beautiful card in the original deck. It's a man on a horse with a wreath on his head, a wreath on the wand he's carrying, and he's going through town and he's victorious. You need to hear the feedback because you would be missing out otherwise. And this is the success card to prove it. So I love that. When we're afraid of something, it means we really need to lean into it, right? All right, moving on to number 6 is June 6th, glitch 158. This is interesting. Will family and friends refer their networks to you, to your business? Will friends and family refer their friends and family to you, to your business? Now, I also made a note, this is National Yo-Yo Day, because you know, feelings can have a yo-yo effect. And the thing with this, you got to watch this video. The public videos for each of these glitches are shorts because this is a membership program, so the full version videos are for members only. There's a story about how way back in 2001, I almost lost a best friend because she was afraid to give a phone number to me. I was trying to help somebody get a job. I won't rehash the whole thing. You can watch the video here. And she was like, oh, I thought you were going to try to sell them insurance. And I didn't understand what that meant. And we kind of lost touch for like 5 years. And it was because when she did refer someone to me, the spouse of the friend lost her mind to my friend and was like, why did you have her call us? Why are you referring us to someone? I don't even know her, blah, blah, blah. It was bad. But you don't know if you don't ask. And again, we just talked about feedback. She didn't tell me this feedback about this story, about this wife who was losing her mind because my friend referred me to them for life insurance. So you see, these two kind of are connected. So do friends and family refer people to you, to your business? Do you ask them? And are you afraid to ask for the referral? So let's see how this works out. I'm not even going to do a yes or no because there's a lot of feelings that go behind this glitch. So let's take a look. 3-card spread. Situation card is product 9. This is the 9 of Wands. Traditionally, there's a lot going on here because 9 is of fulfillment, but this looks very chaotic and very disorganized. So this to me could mean that, yeah, things have been really great in your business. Things have been moving along because you're doing all the things, right? But is there really a system? Do you have a system to ask for new business? Because in my opinion, all the doings, you know, they can be systematized. They can be organized and systematized, prioritized, organized and systematized. And asking for referrals is one of them. The 9 of Wands is the card of persistence and resilience. We did talk about burnout. So are we doing too much? Are we putting by the wayside all the things we don't want to do? Because there's opportunities in those things that we don't want to do, that we don't like to do, that we don't know how to do. And that could break down the system when you're really having, the most success. But then what happens? Then we have the action card. This is a branding card. This is an ace card. The aces represent new beginnings and opportunities. So if you are getting outside your comfort zone to test the waters of friends and family and getting referrals from them, where could this lead? I mean, this is just, you have the doves flying over, everybody's celebrating. It's what could go wrong if you at least try to do this, to approach this for your business. And then the action card, this is the intern. This is the zero in the major arcana, taking a chance. You see, he's taking a leap of faith. This is the leap of faith card in the traditional. In this card, he's getting coffee for all the executives, but there's nothing he won't do to learn what he can for the business so he can grow. And also, because this is the zero card, again, it could be the card of beginnings. You got to give it a try. You got to ask. And the thing is about vulnerability, you can just say, I don't want to do this, but I have to find out if I'm missing out on anything. Most people want to help other people. So there's that. That was great. I love that. I love the that's the Ace of Cups. Also, Ace of Cups, even though this was a brand card, but Ace of Cups is about emotions and feelings. It is, understanding how you feel about what you're creating, what you're building. Let's see. Last one for June 7th. It's Glitch 159. Okay, this one is super boring, and that's why I wanted to do this, because typically business stuff can be boring, except for when you're winning and when you're profiting and when you're, all the things are happening and making money and closing deals. But this one, does your state offer tax amnesty programs? Now the thing is, yes or no, right? So let's do a good shuffle, because we don't want another same cards coming up. All right. I do like how this deck shuffles. I will say that. All right. That's not upside down. All right. Let's just see yes or no. Does your state offer tax amnesty? And so that's money 9. 9 of Pentacles is a yes card. The 9 of Pentacles, I typically use that as my marketing card, because I have to pop up the traditional deck. But that's a yes or no question. It is a yes. Maybe your state doesn't. So what I try to make this question a little bit different. What is stopping you from exploring opportunities that maybe you didn't think about? Or you know about it, but you haven't made the time to look into it. I think that's really, it's one thing when you don't know, right? You don't know. But if you know about something and you're just like, I don't have time, I don't have the time. People think they find the time. You have to make the time. So are you looking into it to know and just shut that door on, no, they don't, so there's nothing else I do? Or yes, they do, and what does that mean for me? Am I eligible? Will that help me in any way, shape, or form? Did I already clear? I don't remember. Okay, so what we're going to look at for the 3-card spread is, what is stopping you from exploring a potential opportunity that could benefit your business? What is stopping you from making the time to look into something that could financially benefit you? So that's the situation. And we have the audit. Is justice. The justice card. So in this deck, it's called an audit, which I find very interesting, because this is a tax question, and auditing can be a tax related situation. And in the traditional deck, justice is balance. It's accountability. So how are you holding yourself accountable for exploring things that you know you're putting off, that you are procrastinating on? Do you have an inventory of things that you know you have to get to? Do you have the never-ending to-do list that just keeps getting added on to something else that you have to? I'm having a cramp right now. Wow. Woo! All right, next we have what is it? Oh, the action. Yeah, the action is the Three of Pentacles. This is the card of collaboration and learning that could yield financial success. This is also where you could bring in a professional, the CPA or the accountant, or someone who you know that is aware of how taxes work. And then Seven of Pentacles. I love that that money is coming up for this particular glitch, because that's what this is about. And the seven is, you are harvesting, you're growing, you're learning, and your business is growing. You have a sense of patience that you're being tested. And that's why if you put this off, this just won't be, this will be another thing that doesn't get done. And it's another thing that you could be missing out on, that you could be not learning about, that could help your business to continue on that path to grow. We haven't gotten 5 in this deck, which 5 is all conflict. Every single 5 suit is conflict. So when you survive the conflict, the arc in the story, and you get to the higher number, you're succeeding. But sometimes there's patience that is required. Sometimes there's the resilience and persistence. So how are you making the time? And what is keeping you from making the time to learn about something new? And again, we did talk about, something came up about delegating. I think it was in the AI, or no, Burnout. We talked about delegating and utilizing the resources that you have in your business, so you're not doing it alone. So those are the 7 glitches for June 1st through June 7th. I hope one of them resonated with you. I would love to hear from you in the comments. And now what we're going to do is we're going to take one of these 101 success cards and see which one is giving us a message today. I won't use my pendulum for this. I'm just going to do it on my own feeling, because they kind of stick together. This cardstock is really, really thick. But I'm sensing this one right here. Let's see what this is. Delighting customers. Delighting customers. I think this sums up everything very nicely. Getting the feedback to better know how to delight your customers. What does this say here? Oh my God, my eyes are so bad. Ooh, I'm gonna have to do a voiceover for this. But see, you see the word emotions. What emotions do your customers feel? What do you want them to feel? Oh, again, this goes to the feedback. No customers, no business. I love that. So let me know what you think. We're going to be doing this once a week, 7 glitches each week. And I hope you'll like and subscribe to let YouTube know. I don't know how many other people are doing tarot readings for business operations and business type potential mistakes. This channel was dedicated to bring into the light the potential mistakes that we can make. And then I wrote 366 glitches, Trevor and I did. Some of the mistakes we've seen, some of the mistakes we've resolved, whether it was for our own businesses or for clients. And we'll see you next time.